Well, strike action by affiliates of the Trade Union Congress continuing today. A court injunction was issued yesterday, but apparently many of those workers ignored that court decision and were still off the job. Tonight, Charisma Robinson tells us that while the Trade Union Congress worked to get that injunction lifted today, another union head was busy signing off on yet another agreement.
President of the Bahamas Public Services Union, John Pinder, was all smiles Thursday morning as government officially signed off on a $10 million industrial agreement for members employed by the Public Hospitals Authority, a move Labor Minister Shane Gibson believes should paint a clear picture for Trade Union Congress affiliates, as many of them did not show up for work for a second day. Some nurses and over 100 customs and immigration officers gathered outside of the department's Thompson Boulevard headquarters Thursday morning as they waited to hear from TUC President Obie Ferguson on that injunction filed late Wednesday, barring further action.
250 in New Providence out of a workforce of 150,000 in the country. I mean, is that really a massive strike? We understand that they have some concerns. What is really disheartening to me is to take, for instance, this industrial agreement. You have members of the Public Hospital Authority who will now begin to enjoy additional benefits they didn't have before. A contract was signed a couple of weeks ago with the public service where they are now able to receive $300 per month additional, an allowance for persons who live on the Family Island, something that custom officers and immigration officers deserve. If they would come to the table, negotiate in good faith, they could get those same benefits.
However, President of the Bahamas Customs, Immigration and Allied Workers Union Sloan Smith says the BPSU president cannot negotiate for affiliates of the Trade Union Congress.
We are an independent body, our own leadership. Then we ought to be able to negotiate for our members their own specific interests.
And as for the nurses, Second Vice President of the Bahamas Nurses Union, Kimberly Josie, says nurses too have a legitimate reason to strike, although Minister of Health Dr. Perry Gomez told reporters Thursday that he thought otherwise, as a total of 64 nurses were recently confirmed as permanent and pensionable, a major concern for nurses.
Since then, there have been another class of nurses that have come out in January that are still not confirmed. This is August. So the dealing with those crew, we were happy that that was resolved, but this is a continuous problem.
The Labor Minister insisted, though, that these unions, particularly the BCIAWU, have been asking for increases which government just cannot pay at this time due to its financial constraints, and the BPSU president agreed.
You know, everybody think that there should be another Sir Randolph Fox or another Sir Clifford Darling. But there's no need for that in today's society. If you have a government that you can understand the financial impact of our country, and they're not in a position to give you these outrageous things, then I don't see why you want to mislead people and think you need a national strike. I heard the president of the Customs Union Continuity speak to the fact that the civil servants got $1.67, he said, a month increase. Well, it's $1.67 more than they got. We reserve the right to go back if necessary, and so if they think they can get more, that's fine. Don't keep looking at what I got. Let me see what you can get.
The labor minister is appealing to these unions to put continued strike action aside and allow government to sit down with them to discuss those benefits that can be agreed on now and in the future. Charisma Robinson, ZNS Network News.